just to kind of start things off, kind of compare like what you guys are doing and seeing now as opposed to this same time last year. It seems like you guys have a little bit more to work with now than this
time. I mean, we have a little bit more numbers in practice, post-wise especially. Our posts are being able to get more reps and everything, but I mean, as of right now, we're just like trying to get all of our new players adjusted to how we do everything, accustomed to the plays, the style of play. And I mean, we're not really doing anything different opposed to last year. I mean, I would say we're going more full speed and doing more up and down stuff just to get like ready for the season because it is so late. But I mean, other than that, we're doing pretty much the same stuff.
Is it a different feel? Like, you know, like you said, you have more posts. It's obviously something you guys didn't have last year. So what does that aspect change or mean at this point?
I mean, it definitely helps us defensively.
Yeah.
We would get in foul trouble, especially Kari last year. Yeah. She would get in foul trouble, and we would have to deal with only having her and Teresa as the post. But now, I mean, we have numbers, so if anything does happen, we can always run to our numbers. It helps us offensively as well because we're putting in different offenses than we were doing last year. We're getting our posts more involved with our offense, so I mean that's a lot different.
I was going to say it's not just a matter of relying on jump shots like it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all about our guards this year. I mean everybody is a part this year, and our posts are really a big part.
You mentioned helping the newcomers get used to the style of play. What was that like for you when you first came, and do you draw on that experience to kind of say, hey, I've been through that?
Yeah, I mean, when we like do our defense, and you know how Coach Carey is, he's really intense. I just try to tell them, like, don't get caught up in the moment. Just understand that it's a lot more to, like, get to know. Take all the advice that you can and just listen to what he's telling you. It's going to be tough. You're not going to think that you know what you're doing, especially when, like, the first practice and all that comes around. But like I said, you just got to keep working towards it. And I totally understand where they're coming from. But, I mean, you just got to keep pushing.
Is the physical aspect a part of it? I mean, I know that's one of your kind of mottos that you guys go with. Is just getting used to that grind every day one of the hardest things?
Yeah, and I mean, we go against boys every day in practice, so that's a big, like, adjustment. Everything is full speed, no stopping. You got to push through everything that you feel. So, I mean, that's something I had to get adjusted to, but, I mean, obviously, like, I'm accustomed to it now. But our new players, I think that's just something that they mentally have to get installed into their head.
Something I'm kind of interested in is that you know, like Esmery just came in like right before school started. You know, some junior college recruits came in this year. You have some people coming back this year who didn't play last year. We're still kind of, you know, new a little bit. Seems like this is like almost a completely different roster. I'm just kind of wondering, what's that like, learning to gel with all these new players and just getting to know them?
I mean, getting to know them is fine. We're all good people. They're all good basketball players. It's just a matter of fact of being a leader. I think this year I have to become more of a leader because I'm probably the most experienced player that we have on the team. I've been here the longest. Yeah. But, I mean, the new players, they're trying. There's nothing that they can do. It's not their fault that they're new. But, I mean, they're getting, like, accustomed to everything. They're starting to understand everything, and they're actually picking stuff up, like, fairly quickly. So, I mean, we're moving on, like, pretty fast. But we just have to keep on going at the speed that we're going at.
A couple of years ago, you were in that situation, coming in at mid-semester and, you know, trying to pick things up. And you were able to practice but couldn't play for a while. How did you handle that, and how do you try to pass that along to, you know, teammates going through the same thing?
I mean, I handled it just by seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I knew at the end of the day I couldn't practice. I mean, I couldn't play, so all I could do was practice. I had to do everything that I could in practice and make sure I could do it to the best of my ability. And I knew at the end that I would be playing soon. I mean, it's something that was tough for me, and I didn't want to do it. But I mean, it's part of the rules and everything I had to go through. But like I said, I just saw the light at the end of the tunnel, and I just kept pushing through.
Your first game when you became eligible, what was that?
It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was exciting because I knew I didn't have to just practice and sit on the bench and clap anymore. So it was really exciting, and I mean, I was looking forward to it.